Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this week's topic of Google Docs. Sorry, not Gmail, Google Docs. Google Docs, it's your bread and butter in your binder, basically. Remember, Chrome is our electronic desktop. Drive is our binder right here. And inside our binder, we can have lots of things, but the one that most people use, I would say the most often, is Google Docs. So let's get started. When we go into Google Docs, let's have a look at sort of what our menus are and things like that. So first thing we want to do is make a title for our Google Docs. So I'm going to call this Google Docs Exploring. And you can see that's a great thing about Google. It saves immediately. You absolutely cannot really delete or lose anything in a Google Doc. It's always there. The only way it's gone is if you delete the file, put it in your bin, which is the trash, and then in 30 days, it does disappear. But unless you do that, it's there forever. So let's have a look at our menus. File. Lots of things here that are the macro type activities that you can do. Sharing it with another person. We won't go into that one. Making a copy. So let's say you have an invitation that you did last year and you'd like to make a copy of it. That's the simplest way. You can also email it as an attachment. Different ways to download it, depending on with whom you're sharing. I'll talk about offline or version history another time. Move talks about where it is in your drive. That is that as well. I'm going to talk about publish. That's a fantastic feature. Document details, that's more or less, as you can see, where it's located, who owns it, last modified, and when it was created. And print, language and print. And so page setup. Let's look at page setup. In here, you can have portrait or landscape. Sorry, my dogs are playing. What paper size and what color of paper. I love to work in a colored paper. And your margins are there. So here we have our page. We know what our file is. I'm going to go to edit is very short, and we'll talk about cut, copy, paste. View, how you actually see it. Insert, this is a huge one. I'll do a separate menu on that one. Format, that's about your text and your paragraphs, things like that. That I always think of like sort of WordPerfect or whatever that Word, I guess, Microsoft Word, all their formatting choices. It's like that, but much less. Tools, a separate menu on that. Add-ons, a separate video on that one as well. And then across the top, you have your most popular formatting. So in here for formatting, you get a lot across here. So you have a look. I suggest you go across the top and play with this. What font do you like best? It always goes to Arial. What size of font, bold, italic, underlined, what color of text you might like, if you want to highlight it. This link we've seen before, and we'll talk about it in the context of a Google Doc. Putting an image in here, how you want your page justified, line spacing, bullets or numbered list. That's indents if you're writing a paper. And this T with a cross through it means get rid of the formatting. So sometimes if you copy things from another document and put it in here and it's all lined up funny, you can highlight everything and get rid of that. Those are the macro sort of big menus in a Google Doc. Now what we're going to do is we're going to look at some of them specifically.